Hey everybody, it's Susan Edwards at the Rock Shop at 311 Broadway, historic downtown Paducah, where positive energy works. So who has things going on in their life that they would like for them to either stop or even to continue if it's really good stuff, or have something different in place? Okay, raise your hand, right? Make a note down, like, this is what I'd like to see change. So I had been asking the angels for a little more guidance and specific instructions on how I could manifest some of these positive changes in my own life. You know, I've been studying this stuff for a long time, and I do pretty good, but it was like I really needed to tweak it, bring it up to the next level. So they've directed me to a couple of people who have been just wonderful with some series, and one of them is The Missing Links by Gregg Braden. Plays on Gaia, but you can pick up a couple of free episodes right here on YouTube. The other one is Dr. Joe Dispenza, who talks about rewiring your brain. And those two researchers have done some amazing work, and I highly encourage you to watch some, if not all, of their season. But they're really showing how to connect with this divine matrix, with the quantum field, with the divine, with God, whatever terminology you would choose to use, in a most effective way in order to bring results into your physical world quickly, efficiently, and accurately. And so I've been really, really fascinated with some results that I've had. Let me share them with you. I had a little skin tag like right there on the edge of my eyelid, and I was particularly annoyed by it. Been there for about a year. Didn't really do much, but every time I put on my makeup, it was just like, I got a skin tag. And about 2 weeks ago, it got really inflamed and ballooned up to 2 times of its size. And it was small, but it was twice the size, and it was painful. And I'm like, oh my gosh, now I'm going to have to go to the doc, and you know, they're going to take sharp, pointy things and like snip it off, and I'll probably have to have a shot, which was not really very exciting for me. I'm really like, I don't like sharp, pointy things. I don't like them up by my eye. So I'm like, I'm going to have to make an appointment. And I'm like, wait a minute. What's the matter with you, Susan? Why don't you try one of the techniques that you know about to see if you can't bring about a healing for yourself? I'm like, duh. So that was I think it was a Saturday morning. I was going to go ahead and call the dermatologist on the Monday morning following and make the appointment. So that day, I employed these new techniques and manifested that my skin right there was completely cured and lovely. So I went to bed that night, having done these techniques, and woke up in the morning and it was gone. I know. It was gone. There was a little bit of like pussy mucus like underneath my eyelid, which I just got rid of. Obviously it drained. There was a small bump where it was. And to say that I was thrilled and relieved is an understatement. I continued to manifest and predict that even the bump would go away. Now that was like from when I went to bed with it being swollen and painful on Saturday night to Sunday morning, where it was no longer painful and there was just a small little bump. And by Sunday night, I can't even tell where it was. So I'm like, thank you. That was effective. And I'm like, yeah, I'm liking that a lot. So thank you to Gregg Braden and Dr. Joe Dispenza for pointing out the specifics on how to do it. And again, I'd encourage you to go and watch their series, but I'm going to break it down and just give you what I did. So you you meditate, or you get quiet. You don't have to sit there for 20 minutes. You get yourself quiet. And they talk a lot about the mind-heart coherence. So you want to get your body basically into rhythm. And there's a couple of ways to do that. The way I'm doing it is the movie Avatar. If you've watched the movie Avatar, you remember they had the tails that had like the little fingery things, and then they would connect with one another, or the tree of souls, and they would make the connection. So that's the image that I'm using, but you can use any image that you want. You could see a plug getting plugged into an outlet. You could use any image that works for you. But you want to plug in your heart and your brain together so that they're working together. So I like to touch my heart area, which just kind of brings my attention to that area. And I take a nice deep breath. So you can try this and do it with me if you want. And it may take a couple of nice deep breaths. You got to quiet your mind, which if you're not used to meditating, that might take more than a couple of deep breaths. So I'd encourage you and invite you to learn how to meditate and quiet your mind, and have the intention of making that connection. And then with your eyes closed, I use the visualization of the avatar image that I described, and I just see my heart and my mind connected. And when it's subtle, you can kind of sense that you're connected. And then you want to elevate your emotions to joy or gratitude. And so for me, gratitude is really something I'm learning to get to quickly. So I'm working up to gratitude. And when I'm in gratitude, I get very emotional, and the tears of joy just start to stream. And when I hit that spot, then I start envisioning what it is that I want. And so I wanted nice, clear, healthy skin right there. Now, it's important to note, I did not say I want my infected skin tag to go away, because what's happening if you do that is you're focusing on the situation, and you're actually just giving it more energy. So what I focused on was that it was smooth and it was clear, and that the skin was very healthy. And then I said a prayer, and the prayer is the opening statement, which is stating what you want. So this prayer is in support of nice, smooth skin all around my eye. And then the body of the prayer as if it has already happened. And so I use words that evoke emotion. I am so thrilled and relieved that my skin is smooth and healthy. And then the closing is the thank you. And so thank you. Thank you for the blessing of smooth, healthy skin. And then Gregg Braden suggests that you use the original Arabic to close the prayer, which translated means I seal this prayer in trust and faith and thanks. But the Arabic is Lala'em Elmen Amen. And he says that they've found that there's something about the resonance of those words that really, really impacts positively the prayer's effectiveness. And so I did that several times during the day. On Saturday, did it right before I went to bed. Saturday night, woke up, my skin was smooth, except for a small bump. Did it all during the day on Sunday, just reaffirming that it was going to be completely smooth within 24 hours. And folks, it was. So I'm putting some pictures on screen. They're not great pictures. I didn't get a great picture of it, but just to demonstrate that it can be done. So put your comments below. I'd love to hear how this works for you. And if this video has been helpful in any way, shape, or form, I'd sure appreciate a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to get notified when I do new uploads or do a live, hit that notification bell. I hope that helps. This is Susan at the Rock Shop at 311 Broadway, historic downtown Paducah, where positive energy works. Namaste.